The Northtown Library is the biggest and busiest library in the Anoka County system. It was built in 1963 and last underwent a renovation 23 years ago in 1991. A lot has changed about the way the community uses the library in the last 23 years, and it will change even more in the future. That has led the Library Board and the Anoka County Board to undertake a $1 million renovation at Northtown that will transform the building into a community gathering space that library patrons have been asking for.
One of the things that we heard most frequently was that future libraries need to be flexible. This building is not very flexible. We can't easily shift shelving around. There's no carpet underneath the shelving. And it doesn't have much natural daylighting. It's a dark environment. You come through a narrow hallway. The children's area is too small. What we heard from our community was they really wanted to see team spaces. They wanted to see more meeting rooms, conference rooms, where entrepreneurs, other individuals could come in, meet with clients in a neutral environment. An area where teens could come together, collaborate as they did homework, and not worry about being noisy for the rest of the building.
While the exterior envelope of the building will not be changing, there will be one additional amenity added outside.
Drive-through book return. Right now, if you want to return an item, you have to park, walk across a driveway, and walk up to the outdoor book return. It's not convenient, especially if you're a mother with young children and you have 2 armloads of books, or you're a senior, and this winter being what it's been has been very difficult to get around. So we're providing a drive-through book return to make it more convenient for our customers.
In planning for the renovation, the Library Board met with key community stakeholders to hear what was most important for the future of the library. And after a thorough review process, several items rose to the top.
So as we examined what was on the wish list, the things that rose to the top were those things that made the building most accessible, those things that we heard from our residents were of their greatest importance in improvements, and then a few things to be able to provide greater daylighting, provide better safety and security.
The project will be funded in 2 ways. First, the Library Board has received a grant of $150,000 to make the needed accessibility upgrades, which will include a redesign of the existing bathrooms and the addition of a family restroom. The balance of the project will be funded through property taxes.
The Anoka County Board of Commissioners has a goal to fund all of these kind of big projects through savings rather than through bonding. We've been accumulating money in the library building fund for a time to be able to pay for these renovations and improvements. So coupled together with a $150,000 grant, that's what's funding this total project.
When preparing for the project, 2 goals were at the forefront. First, being as cost-effective as possible, and second, completing the renovation in time for the popular summer reading program. With these goals in mind, the difficult decision was made to close the library during the renovation. The Northtown Library will be closed starting March 17th, and they hope to reopen sometime in June. To cover for the loss of service, other libraries are being prepared for an influx of patrons.
When we made the decision to close, we knew that Sunday open hours are very important here. So we will be open at our Rum River Library, our other very large library on Bunker Lake Boulevard, just north of the city of Anoka. We also are gearing up the 3 libraries that are in fairly close proximity to this building. Our Mississippi Library in Fridley is about 4.5 miles away. Our Johnsville Library, also in Blaine, is about 6.5 miles away. Our Cricket Lake Library in Coon Rapids is approximately 5 miles away.
The project organizers plan to take the lessons learned from the Northtown renovation and implement changes when possible at the other libraries in the system. Marlene is excited for the project to begin and can't wait to see the reaction of the community to the finished project.
It's how much more flexible the building is, how much brighter it's going to be, and how much more convenient I think our customers are going to find it. That really excites me.
For North Metro TV News, Ben Hale reporting.